D&D campaign. We're just beginning to start, and Peace. Goose. What's Peace up to?
Peace is currently dealing with some French stuff.
Oh no. Is he like?
Oh yeah.
I'm guessing he's coming in later.
He's
then?
out having a life.
Yeah.
We'll have to pretend we're him.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna warn you guys. Like, the training wheels are coming off. You guys had a couple of sessions to get used to everything. I'll still explain something. But, you know, I'm going to start treating you guys like an actual D&D group, so, you know, I'm not going to be repeating every 5 seconds, you know, something new. Okay? And I'm not going to, like, give you red flags if you're going to do something stupid that, you know, might fuck the whole party up. H10.
Okay.
Guy.
I hear you on that. And so yeah, I'll probably end up asking more questions, and High Guy actually pay attention to shit, like when
what are you talking about?
Oh, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, when you try to get stuff off of me, make sure you don't use lightning, because I am weak to that. And,
you know, use fire. Don't use fire when your team is like, you know... Yes, but there was that one time, for instance, which was what I was referencing to, where I said, but, and he's like, I'm gonna use it.
Yeah.
And he ends up nearly killing, like, the entire party.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. Just none of you guys...
It depends if
I just never asked.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean I never... Okay, I get it. Into a radius. Okay, you mean I can control it now? I didn't know that. You said it, not me.
Well, like, what I'm saying is, like, if you want to, you can, like, use a lightning bolt. Okay, that's a common thing. But what I'm saying is, like, when you're using your cantrip, and, you know, I say your cantrip affects a 6x10 area, and I say, you can hit all the enemies, and then you're like, I'm just gonna use it, and, you know, I'm not done saying something, I'm just gonna be like, okay.
Yeah.
H10, Dev, you guys take 10 damage.
Alright. Okay. Go ahead, get there.
Okay. I hope to God Peace joins soon. So...
I'll let you roll for me.
You guys just got done the last session. You know, getting settled into the ship and everything like that.
Yeah.
You guys just got done talking with Captain Cortez and Dengar. They found a possible location as to where the demon might be held up. So
did we go to that place to find out where the restoration thing? Oh, we did. No. The place the bard talked about.
You mean to fight the succubus? We already fought the succubus, and we did so much damage she fled.
Okay. I remember that.
And then you guys got, like, nearly wiped out by a bunch of bandits, but I had to take over because you guys, that's the other thing too, you know.
Pretty much
if you guys start taking too long to act, I'm just gonna have shit happen, and if it affects you, it affects you.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you guys are sitting down on the pirate ship. You guys are about to settle in. The Professor, Thomas, and you guys are going down to the workshop. You guys, you know, are gonna, like, basically be fixing up Thomas and everything like that after all.
One of those horrors comes here. We'll be ready.
You are?
Yeah. So we're going to... So I'm basically... So the crew's fixing up, so Professor and...
the Professor
and the Jinn are fixing up Thomas.
Yeah. Dev and Helen went into the crew area to, you know, sleep, because, you know, it is nighttime. Okay,
Do come back.
H10, roll a perception check.
I don't have dice.
Okay.
You just
you
let me
rolled
know
a 4,
what you need. I am
the
at your
Jim
beck and
rolled a
call.
5, Dev and Helen.
And, do you need to know what the, you said rolled perception. Do you know the modifiers for? Just let me know what modifiers you need from Thomas and.
What's the professor's, yours, and the Jen's perception modifier?
Let's see. The professor's perception is let me get professor's is his perception is okay. It's under a secondary and it's a +3 wisdom. Thomas's is let's see.
Wait, you said somebody got a 7 as a perception modifier?
I said a +3 whiz for the professor and
Does anybody have a 7? Because that's what you guys need to get over the limit to see the heal.
I know that Thomas got a +3 and it's up to you there, High Guy. What did you get?
I got a +4. I have a +4.
Okay,
perception.
So neither of you guys heard anything. Dev, you're sharing a cabin with Helen, and you wake up to hear the sound of storming feet just running around the gangplank outside of you. Okay, because everybody's asleep, so you hear a lot of commotion outside. What do you do?
Sleep.
Dev. Huh? Okay, Dev does nothing.
Now we can.
Now we can.
You already rolled perception. You hear feet storming outside the on the gangway. You're sharing a cabin with Helen. What do? You hear a lot of commotion.
Helen.
Okay, Helen rubs the sleep out of her eyes. She looks at you and says, "What's going on? Why are you waking me up? It's the middle of the fucking night."
And is that all you do?
I work
okay,
with my mother.
So you're not just going to start going to other crew members and just start with. Okay, fair enough.
So you hear as you put your ear to the door. As you open up the door, you see one of the crew members staring at you and say, "Get your weapons. There's somebody boarding the ship. We need to repel these photos." Okay. So do you grab your weapon and grab Helen and go up to the deck to fight, or what do you do?
And
so you run down to the bottom where the workshop is, and you see a bunch of technicians working on stuff, and you see Thomas, the professor, and Jane sitting there repairing Thomas. What do you do?
fire?
I said boarders.
Boarding. A boarding party.
Okay, Thomas, you were severely damaged.
Do you know there's
they rolled a 12 to see how much repairs got done. So they were not able to completely repair you. You're still running pretty low on oil, and you've got a pretty bad steam leak. So your left arm is currently not usable.
Robot is so fucking loud.
I let them know that as soon as the repairs are, I let them know that I want to go up there, but I won't be as effective with my left arm out of commission. So, if you, okay, I'm like, okay. So my Tom's like, okay,
Suddenly, the porthole bursts open with the force of black magic as you see 4 bandits storm into the room in a semicircle.
Semicircle?
And you see a strange lady float in right behind them.
Am I able to roll for perception?
Do I see this?
Yes.
Yo.
I was like, I want to roll to perception to see if I, or whatever roll to figure out if I know this person and what kind of, if I need to immediately, strike a defensive.
What's your perception modifier? Let me go use the latrines real quickly while you look at that.
Okay. Right. Well, I hear you on that. I hear you. I do plan on.
Don't kill the legendary.
Okay. I do plan on taking a defensive stance at some point, but I want to know if I have to do running repairs.
What was your perception modifier?
Perception.
I'm waiting for my turn.
Okay, perception is +3. And my perception is a +3, and I want to use that to see exactly if I need to immediately do stand up and take a defensive stand, or wait a little bit to and then get into the fight with both arms.
That's noches. Dreams. Okay, so you roll an Arcana check.
You're
modifier.
on me.
Okay, what's your Arcana modifier? What's your regular Arcana modifier, and then add 2 to that.
Come to the entrance of this place.
Okay, you have a 17. Holy shit! You stick your hand out using the power of Athena, and you mentally see Athena just hold her hand back in pure pain and agony at the amount of black magic coming off of her. Thomas, you notice that this girl has strange looking ass eyes. Her veins are kind of almost coming out of her body because of how pronounced they are. Her skin is taunt, almost ashy white. And she has her eyes are just black slits. You can't even tell where the pupil is or anything.
Right. Okay, so I guess, I pretty much, oh my God, can I just say that I kind of,
Steph, what do you do?
I stand up to, and tell, of course, the professor and was it the professor and Jin to do repairs, to continue the repairs as I do my best to defend them and keep them off. Okay.
Center.
And
okay,
I also,
Dad,
so I stand up.
Dev, what do you do?
Dev. He'll auto roll for you if you don't do anything, Dev.
What happened to my turn?
What do? You just gotta say what you're gonna do.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, Dev.
Getting out of my cabin, I hear there's a noise.
No,
so
you're out of the what part of you were working on me? And apparently, Dev.
Was working on you.
You are thrown against the wall.
Nobody said that.
Hard. Yes, I said it. I said it multiple times.
Yeah, we said that.
And
Dev.
So this whole time I'm just ignoring him.
Don't ignore him. And Dev apparently, Dev is back.
Hold on. No, you misunderstood. So this whole time I'm ignoring the part just to fix him? No.
Okay, what's your wisdom? And then just add 2 to it.
Alright.
It's at the top. What's your modifier? Okay, so you rolled a 18. You notice that her weakness is that she is primarily dressed as a necromancer cultist. And you know from your experience that these people are extremely powerful, but they have low hit points, and that they primarily work on gods. Thomas, you are suddenly thrown violently against the wall as a purple energy wave just comes shooting out of her hand, smashing you into the wall. You notice as your right arm begins creaking and groaning that your steam pipe is bent. Therefore, you now have disadvantage in all attack rolls. As soon as she attacks, 2 more cultists come out and violently throw energy waves at Dev and Helen.
And
Dev, give me a arcane.
What happens to me?
Well, you got.
Give me your Constitution modifier.
I'm working on him, and he just got hit by something. What the hell?
Yeah, the Constitution already, there, buddy.
Dominic. Yes, Dominic. Constitution modifier. Okay. You managed to, both you and Helen managed to shoot magic out of your hands, just throwing a random spell, and you're able to deflect your attacks. Hi, guy. If you were paying attention, you would have realized that Thomas stood up in such a way to protect both you and the professor from the attack. Okay.
I am paying attention. I'm waiting for you to call on me.
Everything is weak against fire.
Tell me what's going on, because I'm obviously being get over.
He's not currently in the fight right now, because you have not been possessed yet. You have Loki and Athena. But you, as a common mage, do have fire spells. You wish to use that.
Yes or no?
Okay, you use a fire spell in a workroom. As you shoot this fire spell, you ignite the remnant of vapors from the coal. You ignite the coal dust in the workroom, causing a violent flame to break out. All the entire party is currently thrown against the wall.
You know about Helgen?
I am.
You each take 1 damage.
One damage was. Question. Was I at full health at this fight? But I just need to...
all take 1 damage.
Okay. So... Give me a few seconds. Okay,
everybody takes damage.
Okay, let me write this down, so I don't forget. Okay.
I thought the description of a walk area would be very clear, that there is engines and
roll for perception.
There is ghost test.
Okay. Wait. Oh, hold up. I'm trying to figure out. So Thomas was 20. 23.
Okay.
24.
Alan summons Kratos, and Kratos takes a defensive position in front of Helen with his sword and shield, and he grabs a javelin and throws it at one of the raiders. It hits. The raider takes 3 damage.
Okay, now I'm trying to fix. Okay, give me a few seconds. Okay, it'll be 12. 13. Okay, I written down the current HPs for Thomas and the Professor. And is the Professor? Did he have a turn yet? Did the Professor have a turn?
No. It is now Thomas's turn.
Okay.
Let me get. What's
the disposition of it? So Thomas's functional arm is what's slower?
It's restricted, so you have disadvantage. All that means is that when you roll twice, taking the lowest number.
Right. So okay, so there's that. I take out a mace, and where's the is there any cultists near me?
You can hit 2 raiders from your position. They are 5 paces away. That is about 25 feet.
Am I able to hit them both in a kind of some kind of charge?
Yes.
I would like to...
You have a movement pace of 6.
I would like to be able to set up a charge that I'm able to I was able to first hit one and then the other with a kind of like with a swing where I can
in a line, so you can basically do a clothesline if you want.
Yeah, I'd like to do that. I'd like to clothesline them with both of them, and if I can hit them with my mace while clotheslining them, I'd like to do that. If not, just a regular clothesline. And do you think you could roll for me to do that to see if I'm able to?
Yes, you rolled a 15. You managed to successfully hit them. Everybody else, you see Thomas suddenly increasing steam. A lot of steam is coming out of his exhaust, and he charges forward. He manages to hit both demon, two of the raiders in front of the cultists. Each of them takes 5 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, who's
and
the
is
cultist?
Am I and
you have cultists and raiders. The cultists are the 3 mage ladies that are Ashley White and have a fuck ton of magical energy.
Is one of his arms attached or not?
Yeah, I think they're both attached, but one is useless because of the steam link. And
how far away am I from him?
You are currently 6 paces away.
6 paces away?
And to make be absolutely.
What do you do?
Okay. Yeah. What do you
do? I run toward Thomas to take his unfunctional arm, and I point it immediately at the cultist. And I channel my Kamtra through his arm, through the pointed at him, to direct it at that dude. Roll for probability.
Wait.
And you got a 19. You were successful.
Okay.
So you grab one of his arms and you point it at one of the raiders. You fire a bolt of electricity. You rolled a 1 on damage. So you did. And then Thomas also takes damage. Thomas, you take 1 damage.
Cast healing.
Okay.
Cast healing.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. What do you have, Dev?
Okay.
You notice that they are extremely powerful wizards, and that they are directly focused on you and Helen because you guys are leaking magical energy like a dam with a giant hole in it. Because you are both currently possessed by 2 demons.
Okay, question.
What does the professor do?
Wait, for one thing, am I right that my fleshy bits are capable of being healed? Wait, hold up. Yeah. And
you currently see that there's a giant hole in the ship, and you currently see what could best be described as basically a bunch of people being thrown into the air using magic. And that because you guys were flying low, there's a lot of people also using grappling hooks from like the treetops and things like that.
Okay, hey, question. Before I go with with what the professor is doing, Hi Guy said
you all notice that the ship has stopped moving.
Okay, the professor says that this ain't good. We need to we're gonna have more company if we don't make this quick. And can I also check to see how much Hi Guy healed my fleshy bits because if I'm not mistaken,
Hi Guy didn't do healing. He did a lightning attack.
Yeah, he also said that he also said to heal him.
You can only perform 1 spell because each time you cast a spell that counts as an action.
Okay.
And you can only perform 1
action. That's a sub-action. Okay.
Okay.
No, that's a passive ability. You can do things like perceptions and stuff like that and still have a full action. Your sub-action, not yet, it's not gone.
Yeah, hey, I got a few... Okay, so what does Dev do?
Let me explain this one last time. You can perform 1 action. An action includes casting spells, attacking, doing any kind of movement, things like that. If you move, that is an action. You cannot move and then attack. You can only move. Sub-actions are any kind of check, or trying to see if you can prepare an action to deflect an attack. Maybe, move a quarter of your movement. So if you you normally can move 6 paces. If you want to move between 1 and 3 paces, you can do that. That's only 1 scroll. Understand?
Right. I get that. Yeah. That I understand all that. And so is Dev.
So what does the professor do? You guys also notice that a Nether Raider has apparently climbed through the hole in the side of the ship.
Okay. Question. Am I able to have the okay? Am I able to both do a repair and do some kind of force push the Raider that just jumped out in this turn?
No, you can do a force push. And then take a sub action to propel so you have advantage when you try to repel.
Yeah, I'd like to do that. I would like to do the have the professor do a force push and ready in action, so he does have an advantage on repairing Thomas.
The Raider looks at you, just laughs, and says that felt like a gust of wind.
And I want the professor.
It's now the Raider's turn.
A question before he does that, I would like the professor to do a comeback to the Raider, saying, "I bet that's the first time anybody has blown you before."
Okay, the Raider chuckles at you. He comes up at the professor. Rolled an 18. Does that hit?
18. The professor, where is his, I think that's his AC is 15.
Okay, he takes 2 damage.
Okay. Okay.
No, it's the Raiders. Okay, hi guy, does a 15 hit your armor class?
A what?
15.
15?
What's
Yes,
your
it
armor?
does.
Wait, isn't your armor class 15? Wait, isn't your armor class 15?
13. 13.
You're 13. Okay.
Oh
okay,
god, that definitely
damage
hits.
2.
What's your armor class, Thomas?
Thomas is, I think, since he doesn't have the shield, it's currently on its 16.
Okay, that does not hit. Okay, 2 bandits managed to hit you, and you take 6 damage.
Who? Wait, who takes 2 damage? Is it Thomas?
You take 6 damage. Thomas takes 6 damage.
Fuck. Okay, 6 damage, and it's...
You then see the cultists form a small little triangle as they begin to cast the spell.
Okay, was it...
You heal them
hey, question.
casting,
wait, did you say 2 damage and 6, or just 6?
Just 6.
Just 6, okay.
As they begin casting this spell, you guys feel a strong gust of wind. And the room starts to darken noticeably, and you see around them a bunch of arms start to appear.
We feel strong, and arms start to appear.
Helen tries to save the professor by casting one of her necromancy spells, and she does not hit. Kratos comes up, trying to protect the professor, and that also does not hit. Dev, what do you do?
Yeah.
They're targeting the professor, Jen, and Thomas. Your tank, it sounds like, is about to die.
Yeah, he's currently sitting at 16 head.
Just so you know, summoning a clone does count as a spell, so you will not be able to do any other actions. I'm just letting you know. You want to summon a clone.
It sounds like you can counterattack them since they already landed.
Counterattack? Before I'm about to,
if you attack an opponent from the rear, you take advantage, and you deal an additional +3 damage.
Poppus isn't too friendly with strangers.
You can teleport them.
Whatever you need.
Okay, you can summon one clone, because that's half a spell.
You looking for... Take a look.
Okay.
Good day.
Then
and you manage to, and you do not hit. You rolled a 12. Wait, I forgot you have advantage. Okay, here goes your second roll. You better play on these dice. And they both hit. You rolled just enough to hit. Okay, so 5 plus 3 is 8 plus 5 because he has
a bit of this and a bit of
yeah,
that.
and doesn't Thomas still have that robot that new eye that gives him a +3 to attack?
Yes. You managed to kill one of them, and the other one as well. So 2 of the raiders are dead. Thomas, you see literally Loki just appear in front of you. Him and his clone, they both stick out their arms, take a bow, as they kill the 2 guys in front of you. Thomas, what do you do?
First, I thank them. And am I right that the healing spells do heal my fleshy bits, but not my robot bits?
No.
What? Wait, didn't we have...
So currently, to be fully healed...
I have to heal you.
Yeah,
I'm about to do that.
But
so if somebody does cast a healing spell, instead of doing a normal 1d6 heal, it does a 1d4. But there is a spell called Mend, which allows you to repel objects with it.
Okay, but am I right to assume that a regular healing spell would only heal wounds on my flesh, but not...
Parts.
Yeah, my fleshy parts.
Right.
I just wanted to be clear on that, so I just... Because I remember you saying that it doesn't work on my robot parts, but
if somebody does use Mend, they can heal, but instead of healing like a 1d6, it will heal like a 1d4.
Okay, and that can do for both, and it can and that is applied to both my fleshy bits and robot bits?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
You suddenly see 2 more raiders appear out of the hole in the ship.
Okay, I want to...
Use force push them out.
Unfortunately, my guy's a tank. There's still one raider right...
the window.
Still one raider in front of me, yes or no?
Yes, there was 3 attacking you.
But 2 died, now there's 1. I want to...
Yes.
I want to see if I can finish that guy off. And also yell out, we got another one that just joined in.
2.
Another 2. We got... Basically, I want to attack the one right in front of me, and yell out, we got more company, basically.
Yep.
Okay, what's the results of the attack? What's the results of my attack?
You're using your mace. That's a 1d6 plus 5. You deal 7 damage.
And is it
the
capable?
Guy is bloodied but still standing.
And I'm guessing he's also nearly dead. And I also want to and I am currently sitting at 16 out of 24 damage. 16 out of 24 health, just so everybody knows. But then again, I'm sure that could be easy found out if somebody just looked at me.
A appears out of the hole in the ship.
Okay.
Okay.
Jen, what do you do?
I remove his arm while I work on it. I continue to fight. His incapacitated arm, yes, I continue to work on his arm while he fights.
Well,
H10, you take 3 damage.
Oh, wait!
The arm.
Hold on. Let me continue.
No, you said you took the arm.
That was one action. That was a sub-action.
I'm saying, what do you do with the arm now? H10.
Now, what do I do with the arm? While I'm working on it, I am also fighting them off.
Okay.
With his arm. Now, can I ask you the question? Am I able to use his bonuses, since it's technically his arm I'm using to fight them off with?
Oh my god, you
with
moron!
My magical abilities.
You moron!
Not a moron. I'm both fixing you and fighting.
And you also did. Now I'm down to freaking 13 hit points. Thanks the fuck a lot for nothing.
My next move is to heal you, bro, and give you damage. So you may be low on health, but you'll have fucking damage. Because I'm fixing your fucking arm.
And what? You were able to successfully repair the arm.
Okay,
and what do you do?
reinstall it? I'm guessing he said he also wants to reinstall it and then heal me too.
He's either have to hand it off to the professor for the professor to reinstall it, which will count as an action.
Please.
Just give him healing.
Yeah.
And unless the professor knows healing, he cannot do healing.
Okay. The professor does know healing.
Okay. So the professor manages to successfully restore the arm. This brings you up 6 hit points.
6 hit points. Let's see. That's
because your arm was severely damaged.
19 of 24.
That plus the healing spell.
I'm glad to help any way I can.
The healing spell brings it up to now how much?
You take 6 total health points.
And so I go from 13 to 19 basically, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
At this precise moment, the cultists finished their chanting. Dev, do you have dice? Okay, roll a Constitution save. That's a D20. Okay. And it's alright. At this precise moment, the entire room just blackens as everybody's absorbed into this just blackness. Like the walls are black now. So all of a sudden, you see hands extending out of the floor, grabbing Dev and Helen, and literally reaching into their mouths. Dev, you begin to feel extreme agony as both part of the Goblin Slayer's soul and Athena are being violently ripped from your consciousness and being just grabbed and dragged out of your body. You literally hear Athena mentally yelling out of you as she is suddenly violently ripped out. Everybody else, except you because you're just in so much pain you black out, literally watch as this hand begins literally pulling what you can physically see in visible light as a female person being ripped out, and you see parts of a regular human being also being ripped out. There is still a small part of you in control of your body, but it's primarily Loki. As you guys look at Helen, you see the same thing being happening in the hole. Except when after Elena's ripped out, you see you see her body literally turn into that of Bellona. Yes. It prevented your entire body from being your entire Goblin Slayer from being ripped out, and protected Loki completely, because I knew you liked Loki the most.
Yeah. Okay.
At this precise moment, the world returns to normal. The cultists shout over the wind and stuff just coming through the hole. We've got what we wanted. And then the cultists suddenly jump out of the ship. At this precise moment, you see the bandits throw something into the room, and they jump out as well with they attach grappling hooks to the floor and just basically jump out.
Is the professor able to do anything about the thing that got chucked in? Like, is he able to do a force push out? Is it basically Wolf to see if he's able to force push the thing out?
As one of them runs back, you, as Thomas, managed to basically use your one good hand to bitch slap the guy's head off.
Okay, sweet, thank you. Yeah, and I want to also pick it up just to, just in case we're able to, just in case one of the magical people. Yeah.
You clean it up a little bit, and you grab a hook and you stamp it into the top of the head and hook it onto your belt.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and I want to keep. Okay, and I want to see where the
professor quickly realizes and shouts, "I don't think those are smoke bombs."
Okay, those. And is he able to
begin to beat pretty loudly?
Okay.
Dad and Helen are both unconscious, just so you guys know.
I want to be. Am I able to drag them out with us? Are we?
Who do you like the least?
I like them. Let's see. I want the professor and both the professor and Thomas to start running and start the process of dragging everybody that's unconscious out.
Okay, who is the professor dragging?
Which one's lighter?
Helen.
So he says, I got Helen. Thomas, you get the other guy.
Okay.
Get Dev.
Thomas, as you're dragging Dev out,
yeah,
you suddenly watch as the room begins exploding.
Mm-hmm.
Quick, what do?
Am I able to...
I shield all of us.
Okay, hold up. I want to quickly...
I shield all of us.
Shut up so I can actually say my actions. Is that I want to quickly go in a position that I'm able to...
You both take 3 damage.
Even if I...
quick enough.
Okay,
and you are both showered with debris and pieces of metal.
Thanks the fuck a lot there, hi guys. Trying to say I go into a defensive position to protect frickin' Dev's body. So yeah.
As you guys are running down the stairway, you see Captain Cortez.
But I cast it. Yo, hold up, go back. I rolled for a fucking ward, a giant ward on us. Roll for that.
I said everybody, what do you guys do? And you had 5 seconds to react, and everybody was busy screaming over each other. So that's what happened.
I said I.
Okay.
So as you guys are.
So next time, guy, just let me fucking say something.
Bullshit, redo.
Anybody can say anything. I
tried to say hi.
I did.
If you guys want to. I said to you guys countless times. You can quickly say, "Hey guys, clear on the comms," and that should be the signal for everybody to shut the fuck up.
Okay.
And let somebody speak.
Okay, clear on the comms.
Clear on the comms.
That is that. Did I take? You said I took 3 damage.
Yes, both you and Dev. So as you guys are running down the corridor, you come up to an intersection. Captain Cortez and Dengar both look at you and say, "You better fucking abandon ship." They found that they planted bombs on some of the boilers.
Okay, and you said the professor also took 3 damage?
No, the professor and Helen were ahead of you.
Okay, and
so
I am like, okay.
Dengar and Captain Cortez says, "Give us those 2."
Yeah.
They both picked them up, chucked them over their shoulders like they were a sack of flowers, and start sprinting down the hallway. And you guys
follow.
Are also having to sprint to keep up with those.
Okay.
You also see that Dengar has Lucinia draped over her shoulders as well.
Okay, and I still have all my equipment with me, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
As you guys get up to the back of the ship, you suddenly see a massive fight breaking out between raiders and parts of the crew as they are trying to get onto lifeboats. You quickly realize that there is an opening, but Captain Cortez says to you, each lifeboat can only hold. Do a quick head count. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Each lifeboat can only hold 5 people. How do you guys want to split the party up?
With me, wherever I go, I want to say whichever ones that want to travel with me, I'll hold on to the outside of the lifeboat, so we can have an extra spot inside.
I needed those.
How do you guys want to split up? You gotta go quick, or I'm just gonna do it manually.
The professor also goes, "Okay, I'll go with you, Thomas." Hi, guy. Right. What do you do?
You guys are all unconscious.
Captain Cortez with Dev jumps into one of the lifeboats. Dengar with Lucinia and Helen jump into a nettle.
You wouldn't let me. What? You wouldn't let me fucking.
Rayla does that as well. What do you do, hi guy? You go with the professor and Thomas, or do you go with the samurai, the badass pirate captain, and a fucking Irish assassin elf?
If you want, you can have
them. The only ones going with them, so I guess so. I have to.
Okay, and I go with the
So you're with Thomas and the professor?
Yeah. And are we able to? No.
Wait,
basically, basically, okay, Hi Guy, I tell Thomas goes, Thomas says to Jin, you pick one spot and clear the fucking comms. Thomas says, Jin, go in one, and the professor and I will go in the other. And then I basically chuck them in a direction.
Okay. So Hi Guy, you go in with the other three.
You can go on without me.
And then the professor go and I go into the other boat. So
as you get into the lifeboats, you quickly realize these are not really boats. These are just giant iron tubes with a small little propeller on one end. And you're violently ejected out of the ship as small steam pressure pushes you out.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys descend into the jungle canopy below. You crash land. And you all are close together. You see that a few paces ahead of you is the other lifeboat with the Professor Thomas. And you quickly see that there is a fuck ton of raiders coming towards you two. What do you guys do?
I get out. I try to strike a defensive position as best as I can, and let everybody know I got this. But I definitely need some serious healing and repairs. And I want the professor to immediately start, in with repairing and healing. How are the rolls? Let me know on each of the rolls for both Thomas and the professor. Afterwards, he'll get to you as soon as he lets me know how.
You descend deeper into subconsciousness because you rolled a 1.
Okay, and how did the professor do? And am I?
Give me a con roll before I forget. I forgot you have dice. Just roll for yourself. If you roll a 15 or higher, you wake up.
Okay, and I would also like to drink a potion too, and just for it to help out with
you 6 hit points.
6? Okay, for Thomas. 6 for Thomas. Okay. Okay.
The professor was able to repair your arm slightly. You gain 2.
Okay, I'm back at full health. And
Jin, what do you do?
Well, I roll for perception considering I'm in a different boat.
And do I have debris in my body too?
Okay, so you see that there is... No, it mostly just stuck blue pieces of your arm. It mostly just like dented your armor.
Okay.
So you see that the captain, Dev, you heal 6 hit points as well. You see that Captain Cortez is quickly tending to the unconscious Dev.
Okay.
And bandaging him up. And you see that Dengar and Rayla took up defensive positions protecting those 4. And you see that Thomas
is also in a defensive position.
Are slightly ahead of you, about 3 squares. That's 15 feet ahead of you. But you also hear some slight rustling coming from some of the bushes on the side to your right. Okay,
and I swear to God, if I get backstabbed, I'll be pissed at you, Hi Guy.
What?
You heard me. You heard him say.
How am I gonna backstab you?
No, but remember, rustling bushes might mean that somebody's going to backstab somebody. Cough, cough, hint, hint, and you detected it. Cough, cough, hint, hint.
Dev, give me a quick roll. Tell me what number you get.
I said roll for perception.
Yeah.
I already told you what you perceived.
Okay, I heard shit in the bushes. It sounded like you were talking to Ethan, considering he was the only one responding.
He was talking to you.
Talking to both of you. You guys are in the same area.
Okay,
are we? Okay, yeah, I thought we went in separate boats.
Okay, but you're still...
They all arrived at the same place?
I said that Thomas and the professor are 15 feet ahead of you. So
yeah.
You can literally look them and see the dents in his armor.
Right on.
And quick question.
You can roll to see if you wake up.
Okay.
D20.
We're only working with D20.
And question is,
takes 2 damage.
Okay, thanks a lot on the inaction. And is both my arms now functional?
Yes.
Should be.
Okay, cool. Yeah, okay.
You got
and the professor...
3 bandits ahead of you.
Okay. Professor -2.
Okay, you start to slowly regain consciousness.
Okay, and what do you do there?
Give it 1 turn, and you will wake up.
Okay, and what do you do, Hi Guy, since you let one of us get freaking attacked?
Somebody got attacked?
Yes, because you refused to say check out the bushes.
Oh, I'm sorry, that went by so fast, and nobody was quiet, so I didn't know it was my turn.
So you should have just said, I go check out the bushes, and I'm sure that will have happened. So,
I'm a mage.
okay, so do you check out the bushes or not, Hi Guy?
Do I check out the bushes? Check out the bushes. Let's check out the bushes.
You see that there was a little family of rabbits.
Okay.
Go fuck off.
Okay.
He got his satisfaction enough from the suffering of us over the mic enough.
Okay. Okay.
You suddenly have a dagger in your back, Hi Guy, H10. It didn't penetrate. It didn't penetrate your armor enough to do any damage, but it's now stuck in your back.
Okay.
And it also has a piece of the professor's hair in it.
Okay, I want to
turn around to see that you have 3 more bandits coming up behind you.
Okay.
Gengar tries to shout over the noise. I think we should run, because half our party is unconscious currently. That you are now awake.
Okay, I shout out. Wait, is my cannon fully functional now?
Yes.
Okay, I shout out. Okay, the control is everybody clear the lines. I say I agree, Gengar. I'll do my best to provide rear security as I whip out my cannon and start laying down the best, as much ranged fire. I mean, start shooting the grape shot as much as I can, and to basically try my best to suppress the bandits attacking us with grape shot. No one yet. No one yet.
The only one you are currently in control, but Loki's the one that's currently in control because your Goblin Slayer persona is still unconscious. Loki currently is the most powerful person in the body.
Okay.
You still maintain conscious control. So if you want to, you can tell Loki, let's go back the fuck to sleep and just not wake up. Okay.
And hey, question: did my grape shot manage to do any damage, or did it do damage, or did it scare them off a bit?
Let me roll.
Yeah, I'll just see if I.
You completely missed with your grape shot because you rolled an 11.
Okay, but question:
to scale them, so they are kind of like, okay, let's keep a few feet back.
Okay.
At this point, you hear a person shout from behind you, Roman Victor, as you suddenly see a strange lady just run right past you and begin swinging a giant warhammer around.
Okay, is this person on my side?
You recognize it as Bellona going full fucking ham.
Okay, I shout out after a second of being startled. I go, go girl.
6 damage to all the bandits as they are all just like wrapped around.
I can't do my best. Question: am I able, when I say I go, as she's doing this, I have a second of startle. I have you go girl, and is she able to receive inspiration from that, or does she just happen to hear me say that and just continues on with her thing?
Well, she's currently in a full battle frenzy.
Okay.
So she turns to you.
Okay.
With literally the reddest eyes you've ever seen. Like the veins around her face are like glowing red. And she just kind of smiles at you.
Okay, and I smile at her back, and I say, I'll do my best to help you keep them at bay too, as I'm reloading. And I say this as I reload.
What are you doing, Dev? You are awake right now.
Clear the comms. As I respond back, as I say that thing to Bellona, I also reload my grape shot and ready in action.
Bellona suddenly stumbles to her feet as one of the bandits stab her in the back, and you quickly realize she's not quite up to par right now.
I immediately...
She's pretty badly weakened.
Question, am I able to...
What do you do?
Okay.
You see that there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bandits currently. And a couple of them do have horns. They are kind of all in a little group because they just got fucking tossed to their asses by Bellona.
And am I able? And I also
see that Bellona currently is on her knees trying to stand up, badly bleeding from a wound in her back.
And am I?
Scimitar stabbed through her back.
Hey, question. And as he is doing that, am I able to use the action to kind of get the guy off and help out Bellona?
Yes, you are able to help her to her feet.
Okay, but did I?
I'm very tired, very weak right now. I'm trying my best. I think we should listen to Mangar and try to get out of here.
And I say,
what are you doing?
And I agree with her.
One of them are about to, the one that Thomas just knocked off is about to blow into his horn. Greg. You successfully assassinate him, and with his last breath, he blows the horn.
Oh no!
He's dead.
You only teleported to assassinate him, and he, with his dying breath, did blow. So what do we do now?
A very weak one.
Yeah.
And you start to hear a lot of horns being echoing throughout that forest.
Can we?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dengar says, I know of an old religious temple over here. We better get our asses there.
Okay. Hey, question.
Religious temple.
I agree. Thomas, you hear Thomas agree, and the best, was it? What was that guy? Was it, that guy from Modern Warfare, Captain Price?
As you're running away,
Price.
You start to feel very, very weak. And you're like, grasping for air.
Okay.
You realize?
I was gonna say Thomas starts to help you out. Thomas can help you out.
So Thomas is currently basically carrying 2 giant sacks of dead meat, as both Bellona and Dev are like just slipping in and out of consciousness.
Okay.
And you have a group of about 10 bandits chasing behind you.
Okay. And question: before I did this, was Thomas able to do the Captain Price voice while screaming out, "We are leaving"?
Yes.
Yes. And question.
Well, both, same with Helen and Lucania. You literally just have part of your fucking consciousness ripped out of your body.
Yeah.
So basically, you can take over, probably do 1 or 2 actions.
Before
then you're just gonna pass the fuck back out.
Okay. Okay, and hey, question. Gucci said that Thomas was able to do that Captain Price thing?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Thomas is currently carrying you on his shoulder.
Yeah, you're on my shoulder. Yeah, I'm carrying you. I got you, Dev.
So,
you
see Captain Cortez suddenly turn around, let everybody pass. He pulls out a blunderbuss and just fires it loose at the group. And as you guys are running, you see a strange looking woman just standing in the path in front of you.
Hey, question, am I able to
she has green eyes, blonde hairs, and is wearing nothing more than a simple robe and carrying a walking stick.
Okay, I shout out to her. Hey, question, clear the comms.
Clear the mic, you clear the comms. It's been about time I had a fucking turn here. You be quiet.
I say, am I able to say...
you let me have a turn.
I wanted to say that she needs to either A, run, or B...
Before he even opened his mouth.
Oh my fucking god, could everybody fucking shut up? Was I able to successfully... was I able to successfully tell her to either run with us or hide?
She just kind of like shrugs her shoulders, and as the group run past her, you simply see her kick a stake out of the ground.
Yeah.
And a giant hole just appears in the ground behind you guys.
I thank her.
And as soon as she does that, she just vanishes.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, I think...
That I didn't catch her name.
Oh shit. Am I able to turn around? Wait. Oh wait. Yeah, you have answered that. So let's see if we can get Dev back into the party. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, and
who's Dev?
Yeah,
what?
Dev left.
Oh, all right.
Why did Dev leave?
I don't know.
Bedtime?
Well, it is 11, so...
I know, I need to get back to my work.
Okay, so we went to the, you're saying something involving we see an ornate village?
Yeah.
Okay.
You kind of see that she's sitting there.
Is she as in the person that we saw before?
You kind of see that the village is very ornate.
Yeah.
Very oriental in style. With a lot of people that kind of just like, you can kind of tell that there's a lot of action, movement going on down below. Dengar quickly tells you guys as you start walking down the path, they're not saying anything.
Until next time.
Whatever you do, do not provoke the locals.
I say, I hear you. Thomas says, I hear you. The professor, if he's still conscious, he says, I hear you. And what do you say, hi, guy?
The sooner...
Interesting.
Oh, a bit of this and a bit of that.
That's it.
Okay.
And then we proceed. Roll for perception.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
And the professor.
You rolled a 1, the professor.
Uh-huh.
H10, you rolled an 11, and you rolled a 13, hi, guy.
Okay.
As you sit down and you look at this village, you notice that it is kind of different than most of the places you've seen. There's a lot of like ornate buildings. It's very, very like gold-plated. There's a lot of like precious material kind of everywhere.
Ooh.
And you see the people mostly in robes carrying either walking sticks or simple like chains and things like that. There seems to be no very heavy weapons or anything like that. It's all very simple, small little weapons. Some of them aren't even carrying any weapons.
So they have
as
weapons?
you approach, you suddenly, as you guys are like kind of walking towards, you suddenly see in front of you a strange-looking woman. She sits down, parts the entire group with one simple hand. Dengar comes up, kind of bows at the race, and says, "We are weary travelers looking for a place to rest. We have just recently been attacked, and we seek some help." The lady responds, "I have seen that you need some help. I know you and Lucania and the captain, but I do not know these other people." Dengar says, "I vouch for them. They are my friends. Please let us in." And as he says this, she responds with, "Very well. But let it be warned that if they try anything, they will be slaughtered." And she calmly leads you guys in. Some people come up, pick up the unconscious party members, and lays them down and like takes them to a separate area. The lady you see comes up to you, just as you all to sit down. You sit down like little floor mats, cross-legged,
Nice.
and she says to you, "My name is Violet. What do you guys wish? What do you guys seek?"
Well, Violet, here's my turn. I seek some upgrades for myself. Perhaps you have any wares or not armor, but weapons for a mage's touch. And she responds, ...
Wait a second.
Totally disregarding that I'm not supposed to talk to anybody.
So, Dengar kind of glares at you. And Violet just talks wise and says, "You must be a man that only seeks stuff for yourself. You are clearly you clearly do not think of others. You are impromptu in your actions and take no considerations of those around you. I am sad to say we do not have what you seek. We are simple people who live a simple way." Then she kind of looks at you, Thomas, and says, "What about you?"
Snap back at her.
She says to you, "I can see that you are a man that is not in your natural form. Your life energy is that mixed."
I say you could say that. And this is just to you directly. Thomas does have his soul has had his soul bonded to him as like part of the backstory why he's able to think. Yeah. Okay. Good. So with her, I say I would like to know. Basically, I would ask her if I am able to do odd jobs so I can get if she has if the village. I basically ask her how would I go about doing odd jobs for cash. So I like helping people, and I also need to maintain myself too. I thank her, and if she knows if there's a heavy lifting or simple repairs where I can go for that, and where the bounties get stored, if I happen to be interested in that when I get done with helping out the town. Help. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And the professor.
Thing you are ashamed of. Do not worry. We accept all kinds here. But there are many people here, such as myself, who were once lost but are now found.
Okay, I can barely hear you over Skyrim, but yeah, the professor responds back with, yes, I have done some stuff that may be a bit questionable, but right now I want to do good, so to help counteract that. Is there stuff that I'd like to, when you go to tell Thomas about the jobs, could you also include me and also point me to your local place of learning so I can read up on knowledge that I may not know, and also help mentor some of the youth in the town, so they may learn from my mistakes, so they don't have to repeat what I've done. Mm-hmm.
And says that if the professor will follow him.
Now ain't it? You can't.
The professor?
She gestures to anyone else and says, if anybody else wishes to come in. Dengar gets up leaves the area. And so the lady says to you, Violet says, if you wish to, I can show you to your rooms now. How do you guys react?
I intermediately, out of terms, speak to Scarlet. That's her name, right?
Violet.
And I ask her, no, I say outright, no, I believe you're wrong about my intentions with my friend. I need to ask you but one favor. Direction to your nearest, what were the words I'm thinking of? Your nearest, not hospital, but
a mechanic
refinery thing. I'm gonna try and unpossess my friends. My friends are fallen ill, and I seek to help them.
She looks at you and says, do not worry, our healers are taking care of them. They have been badly injured, but they are currently at a clinic.
But you do not understand. My friend is possessed. He seemed unseemly as of late.
And Thomas...
I must assure his safe.
Who are you talking about?
I must assure... I'm talking about Dev, because I know he's possessed.
Okay, I want Thomas to be like, calm down.
The town probably think he...
hold up. Clear the comms. Thomas cuts you off. It says...
Thomas cuts you off.
Yeah, and with a... Calm down. I know you're worried about him.
Here we go again.
But we can check upon him later. And then I'm sure the professor can help you find answers you seek when he's in the library. And he
looks at you and says, do not worry about your friends Helen and the goblins. We have seen this many a times. These demons cannot possess somebody unless they first form a contract with those whose bodies they wish to possess. And only through free will are they able to share that body. Very rarely do a demon outright take control from another person. But the spell that has been used on them is very powerful and very dangerous. It has caused great harm to their bodies, more importantly to the spirit.
Could you speak up a bit? I'm having trouble hearing you.
Yeah, a little bit.
Only through direct meditation and rest can somebody hope to repel the spirit.
And
the problem is that they also had one of the other demons taken out of them. They sensed it in the bodies. The problem you have is that if a demon is flushed out like that, it can take part of the soul with them, and so it would take them quite a while to be recovered.
Alright, I ask one more question to Scarlet.
Violet.
Violet, sorry, two very similar word names. Violet.
The color purple.
The color purple, my favorite color. Well then, does your library have any scrolls or scribes on how to reverse these contracts or deal with these demons?
It is not for you to do, for no outside force except that of that person.
That's not what I asked. I asked if you had these books.
There is no such books. Because the only person who can fight these possessions is that person. No one else can.
Not even to Wikipedia on demons.
What?
Not even to Wikipedia on demons.
Hold up.
If they have what you seek.
Okay. Yeah. Just hey.
Let's read some books.
Okay, cool. And just remember. You could just have a. So you just basically like, okay, I'll just read the books, and just remember, you can always.
Character.
Your character did this once before. It was able to reconnect Thomas's soul once before, so he can just accept the fact that she said that, and then just be like, okay, I got to just read these books to see if I can do it again.
She is basically
be quiet.
saying...
Clear the mic. Clear the mic. I'm gonna try and go to and see whatever knowledge they have here, so we can have a one-up on these demons.
Right.
So
my intention is to have an exposition outside.
The game mechanic that I'm looking for this is that
Yeah.
When you form a contract with a demon, have you guys ever seen, for instance, Fairy Tail?
I understand. Yeah.
I have
like
not seen. Okay, I haven't seen Fairy Tail,
so
but I get.
How it works.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
so
I can
the reason
guess.
why, for instance, he was able to connect your soul, Thomas, is because he had the flesh. If you have the flesh, if you have the demons or whatever's original form, you can force that soul back into it.
Yeah, and that's what I figured. And that was
have a physical form unless they take it from someone else.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of demons seek out contracts. Demons.
Then perhaps we could find. Then perhaps I have an idea.
Okay. So
perhaps we can separate we could either separate the soul from the body and re-put it back in, if I can find a situational way to do that, or I can find the body of said demon, whether it be decrepit or not. It's still part of that body, and then I can use my dark magic, which I'm not very versed in. So let's go see what this library has.
Okay. Yeah.
So the way you gotta also understand, when the demons make these contracts with people, their soul and the human soul become one.
What if I have the body of the demon, the actual body? Say we visit a resting place of a demon.
You see that the book mentions this, but it states that most demons are millions of years old, and so most of these demonic bodies have long since turned to dust. And many demons are also created
without a body too.
Through the combined thoughts of people desiring for a force to help them.
Yeah.
These are referred to as fallen gods. Fallen gods are demons who were once revered and worshipped as gods, but who people have soon forgotten about. Because demon refers to any force, any kind of spirit in this world. There's demons and angels. The difference is that demons tend to have more focused on combat, whereas the angels are more focused on support, healing and buffing. There's very few, direct action angels.
Use a buffing ability.
You suddenly are granted the body of Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Say what?
As you see this, you also see the professor researching a lot as well. What is the professor looking at H10?
Probably dark arts, considering the professor.
Actually, a mixture. Not only is he reading up on the stuff, on the making sure they keeps up on the dark arts, but he also knowing the Jinn, and knowing that the Jinn was able to get Thomas's soul back to the body. He also starts looking for ways to replicate that again with Dev and the others. So that's basically what he's doing, a mixture of the two.
So he sees that he does happen to find a very strange looking scroll. The scroll is black and covered in dust from barely ever being drawn out.
Okay.
Not with a scroll, but a book.
Okay.
As he looks through this book, he discovers that there is a way to force a demon to completely take control of another person's body, thereby destroying that person's old soul, leaving only that of the demon. He also discovers the spell that was just used. Because it mentions this spell, that one of the ways of doing this is to force out a soul, and through this spell you are able to therefore steal that person's soul, giving you its power.
So wait.
Okay. So I take that. I asked to borrow this, and
I asked to borrow that.
No, since this is.
You're not a wizard, my friend.
Well, this is the professor. So yeah, he sees this.
Professor. Oh.
And is the professor also at full health?
Thomas speaking.
Yeah. One, I do
I
ask
know, you
to
control both.
Yeah, I control both, and one, I see that I do not react like dual mage reaction. I like I see this, I'm like, okay, I want to make a mental note to borrow this. I go to see if I can, if I'm able to take this out on loan. This book that I found out on loan.
Yeah. So they say you can't. Hi, guy.
Mm-hmm. They said
in
you
your
can't?
research, they said you can't. You can borrow any book.
Okay.
Hi, guy.
Hey, question.
Why are you
Clear
researching
the
this stuff?
comms. Is the professor at full health?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody is fully healed except for Thomas, unless somebody decides to repair him.
Oh, he was clear the comms. If you remember, he got at full.
Speak as a DM.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Hi, guy. As you're researching this, you also discovered that there is a spell that, if you wish to, you can create somebody's soul. This is a spell of light. And you can use the spell to either restore a person's soul, or if you wish to create a soul based on the desires and influences you wish to instill into somebody else's body.
There it is.
Okay, and
the professor notices that as he's researching this.
I pocket that.
Yeah, the professor notices it.
Researching this spell, he discovers that the spell, if performed alone, has a very high chance of completely just destroying your soul, unless you yourself are a very powerful mage. And that it also requires some of your HP to be used to cast the spell.
Right.
It's basically,
so
yeah, it's basically you are using your strength to steal somebody else's strength.
So that's how I created Thomas.
Yeah, you basically use a bit of your strength.
I basically just figured out how I created you.
Oh, well,
in this place.
You basically refreshed yourself on how you did.
Did anybody see me read this book?
The professor.
No.
Wait, did the professor see him?
No. He said no, then I'm gonna
yes or no?
The professor notices you guys in the library researching, but he can't tell what you guys are reading.
Okay, I want to be able to go over and to
I quickly pocket the book.
Does the professor see this?
Hold on, this is my action.
Yeah.
Clear the mic.
Okay.
I pocket the book and then continue on looking throughout the researches, picking up another book immediately to like hide that I took that. Even though I didn't hear that we're able to take these books or not. Mind you.
Question.
And then I go to another area for geographical purposes. Let's see if they have a library for this.
Well, we're in the library. You want to be while in the library, check to see if there's a library. And just FYI, Thomas got fully healed. You just said that, for fuck's sake, and this is why I wanted to say, Thomas.
This is why we can't have turns.
Okay, Thomas.
We can't have nice things.
Okay, I remember Thomas got. I remember Thomas was the one that got fully healed, but the professor didn't get a chance to get healed.
The professor didn't
get
a chance to
wait, everybody.
Yeah. Hey.
Clear the mics. Once Dev gets in, I have some updates for Dev.
Yeah, give Dev the DL.
But yeah, so basically you pocket the book, nobody notices and nobody really cares because people do it all the time. There ain't no checkout desk. The professor quickly begins to recognize this area as an area that he visited.
Hold on.
Okay,
Let me finish. Clear the mic.
At the end
Clear
of
the
this
comms
turn.
for 5 effing minutes. I'll let you guys have your arguments. Okay, so first thing, the professor begins to recognize that he's visited this area many years ago, back when he was starting the ideas for the Super Soldier Project. Okay, and he recognizes this area is where he originally was housing it. Dev, you are now at a ornate temple. You wake up, you see Helen and Lucania on either side of you, and you see 3 people casting spells on you, and you feel yourself being restored. You realize that you have a little bit of the Goblin Slayer left, but it's just now the roles are reversed. So whereas the Goblin Slayer was originally fully in control and very powerful, he's now still in control but not powerful, whereas Loki is basically the strongest thing in your body. You realize that as the Goblin Slayer, most of your memories, your personality, and things like that have been erased because that was part of your soul. Okay, so you have a little bit of like how you use that, but you're mostly relying on Loki's influences. Okay.
Right.
I tried to help.
Yeah. And you quickly pass out.
You're basically full strength.
Yeah.
But it's just that you don't really know your regular fighting style. So it's kind of like you have amnesia, and are now like, hey guys, how did I used to fight? And Loki's like, just do this. You know, I'll teach you what to do.
Get me out of here.
He didn't hear what was going on before we got here.
Yes. Yeah, he can.
Get me out of here.
You can be Loki 100%. Nothing. Because of a side effect of this spell, you and Loki are now one soul sharing one body. So you are still like you normally were, but you just have all the strength and power of Loki. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, nah. Okay, question. Hey, question.
All we need is peace, because I have the ultimate plot twist for peace, and I feel like I'm about to waste it if I tell you guys without him being here.
Okay, and question.
We should put a cap on it very shortly. Because
okay, and FYI, Thomas was the one that was brought to full health. The professor was at he was at 3 HP, or he only lost 3 HP. So he's like, is he able to heal himself while walking around the place?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want him to.
You find a repair shop.
And
you notice that in this repair shop, there's a lot of people working on what you can best be assumed is an older model of yourself. These are simple artificial souls being grafted onto a suit, and they're like testing it out by blowing music into a pipe. A couple of people see you, recognize who you are, and begin saying, hey, do you need to be repelled? Do you need us to fix you up? We are familiar with your model of machines.
I thank him.
When the fuck did I become rendered useless?
Okay, I as the professor, I thank him.
You recognize a lot of these people as former people who used to work with you on the Super Soldier Project.
I thank him and let him know what I need to fully restore myself.
Okay, and they are able to do it.
Okay, and I will work alongside them to restore myself to full.
Okay.
Okay.
Dev,
okay.
You notice that next to you, Lusania is starting to wake up. You wish to say anything to her?
What's the name of the organization we work for?
Well, you recognize Lusania, you recognize the members of the party. You know, Loki experienced garages with you. Loki also recognizes that Lusania was the one who forced you to basically marry the woman of your dreams. Don't you remember last session what the thing that did to your mind? It's still in effect.
Yeah, that still happened, that you pretty much tried to roll to seduce Satan, and then Satan seduced you back. Yeah, that still happened.
Oh, you're gonna do it again?
Yeah, we can have that be done again if you want. I found that quite amusing, your suffering.
So this is not the first time we've
come. So Lusania looks at you and kind of just very groggily looks at you and says, "What happened? I don't quite remember what happened. Why are we not on an airship? What the fuck's going on?"
But you can always
She looks at you, and you see Dengar walking in. Dengar promptly fills both of you in on everything, and asks Lusania how she's doing. She responds with that they've got the power of Lucifer, and that all that's left is just a little bit of
him?
But they've got most of it.
Okay, could you speak up a little bit?
Well, I was about to reveal this plot twist, but Peace ever finally joins in. Basically, what happened was that when they stole the demon out of Helena, they all out of Lusania. Lucifer, in an act of revenge and kind of just to absorb himself, because this completely destroys the demon, just so you guys know. He casted a little bit of demonic energy. Yeah. demonic energy into Lucina. So Lucina has like 1% of Lucifer's power slowly growing within her.
1%.
But basically, it's all gone. The demons got like the other 99%.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that sucks.
And she also has the power of Athena and Elena.
Not really, because if you remember, Thomas's soul had gone added back into him when he was with the Super Soldier program, and the professor and Jen the professor and Jen are currently trying to figure how to duplicate that with your guys' soul.
Library.
Yeah, and we've always found each
old scrolls.
Yeah, the professor found one skull that is like the dark side equivalent. While the Jinn found like the light side. Shut up. The Jinn found the light side equivalent, and I was about to have the professor go over and let the professor let the Jinn know that he did find something and would like to know if he found anything.
And while they're talking, you realize that that Dengar refers to this area as the path of redemption, and that he kind of explains who these people were. That these are a group of people that he's met that are basically very powerful mages who decided to seal themselves away from the world and live in a path of seclusion, research, and just pursuing the perfection of magic.
I respond as the professor. I respond back on. I'm glad that we
You guys
came.
are now all in your rooms.
Okay, I want to respond to Gengar. It's like, I'm glad that you brought us. We definitely would need their help with what I'm planning on doing, and I'm sure also get my associate, the Jinn is, and I'm fairly sure he if he hasn't already found something to help us, he's going to find it soon. So and I also want to know.
Dengar looks at you and says, "What exactly are you planning on doing?"
I feel that there was a I kind of give him the bare rundown of of the Super Soldier program about how Thomas was one of the that we were working on him, and I noticed that the professor noticed that the in short
looks at you.
Basically,
I'm very familiar with your program, and I would not condemn such an act to be committed ever again.
Okay, well, and I go, well, if we want their souls back, we need to replicate what the Jinn did with Thomas, in some way, to get their souls back.
How do you guys even know about that?
Well, remember, we don't know that.
Dengar looks at you and says, "Who do you think it was that was keeping the human government away from you guys? And who do you think it was that was supplying you guys the dead bodies and the parts and everything you guys needed?"
I thank him, and Gengar, and I thank Gengar for all what he has done, and I tell him that I won't force him to do anything he isn't uncomfortable, and I also remind him that sometimes I also remind him that he has a choice of either we do nothing, or and hope that that the answers just fall in our lap, or we do our best to replicate what we did on Thomas with our friends. The choice is yours. And to answer your question, Hi Guy, remember, even though we don't know that you found the skull, remember.
No. You don't. How do you even know that I replicated your soul?
Well, replicated Thomas's.
Thomas.
Well, remember.
Thomas. Does Thomas know or no?
Thomas has his suspicions. He may not know the hows and whys, but he does recognize he has his own soul, and surmises that you guys had something to do with it, and just like how he, since and also Thomas also knows if you remember, he does know that you did it once before, and he knows that you're probably trying to do it again because he did take you in when he was a kid and did his best to raise you. So, being that adoptive father knows what the general ideas of what your general aims and ambitions and stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and of course,
I would figure that Dugers would know. That the professor would know.
Yeah.
In some sort of way. But
yeah, some sort of way.
As my patient, well, not as my patient,
Thomas,
but my
so
subject,
Tom
sits down, reaches into his bag.
Back into the game. Go ahead.
Yeah.
And says to you, there is one way to do this. You guys may not like it, but there is a way to do it. He states that whenever a demon absorbs another creature's soul, it remains in that demon's body. So, if you wish to, you can perform the same spell on them. The only problem is that you're not going to be sure of which soul you can grab. And just like with your thing, the only problem you have with creating an artificial soul is that you never know if the soul is going to be good or bad.
Right.
Yeah,
you know, we could be creating a person's soul, and next thing you know, you created the most evil person in the world.
I want to create.
I as a professor say, you have a point. But how do we go? Well, one, we do always have my way to fall back on, but I'm willing to try it your way. And how do you suggest we do this?
Right now, the biggest thing is we need to let the party heal and restore. I suggest that, because another way too is that to allow these people, if there's still parts of the souls left in them, to slowly, through the process, through some time of rest and recuperation, they slowly regain the previous memories.
Okay. Yes.
No. Athena's gone, but you will get part back of the Goblin Slayer.
Yeah.
You will be your normal self again.
Yeah.
Instead of completely corrupted and gone.
Yeah. I thought you didn't want Athena.
Alright.
Okay, so that's one good way to know.
My turn. Finding out that Dungbar was the one supplying us with those bodies, my character then lashes. What's his name?
Dengar.
Alright, Dengar. Yeah. My character lashes out at Dengar saying, "So you were the ones that put fate in my hands to create these monsters for armies and to cause bloodshed.
And
so
the
you're the one to blame."
Then looks at you and says, "Who do you think it was that called the cops on you?"
Called the cops on me.
Yeah.
Explain.
And of course, I want the professor to kind of look. I want the professor to.
Yeah. Usania and I. We were not told nothing about this project. We were told to just grab boxes, move them over there, and keep the government out of it. When we realized what it was you guys were actually doing, we decided to leave the money behind and to report it.
Yes, and I want to clear the comms. The professor backs up what was said about what his involvement, and also says figures that you guys would eventually figure that out, and I do not hold that against you. I completely understand, and I also tell the Jinn next to hold his that I let him know that I do understand his frustrations, but that doesn't mean that he can get snippy with everybody he wishes. I taught you better than that.
On top of that, Dengar also points to the Goblin Slayer and says, "Who do you think it was that was providing protection from the goblins and the creatures?" That guy right there. That's why we hired you guys for this mission, because we knew your past. We knew everything about you. Usania has a way of keeping tabs.
And could the goblins, could the professor say like that figures, and I do appreciate you guys' knowledge, and definitely wouldn't mind if at some point I it does thank them for their discretion, and it does thank them for them thinking so highly of them, and would like to know if they can share any relevant information that they have that might help with some research that I would have, just in case the way that you want might not bear fruit, so I can basically help out with my own research just in case we need to rely on a plan B.
Vanguard says to you, if you want to, the library always has plenty of books.
Right.
And he also says, if anybody's interested, we cannot continue on with Helen Lake Sunday. But there's plenty of jobs to do around here. There's bandits, wolves, and to fight out in the woods to help keep you secure and safe.
Thomas, if Thomas is there, Thomas says, I will definitely want to do that. The professor's like, understood, and we definitely wouldn't mind if you have any contacts in the area, get any supplies that any rare supplies that we might need to keep everybody up at 100%. If you could.
Says that I do have a supply cache. A couple of miles out of the city that he normally docks his ships at. That's where we were headed.
Okay.
But we also need some people to protect this area. So what do you guys want to do?
Thomas is like, Thomas says like,
if you guys want to, we can call it a night, since I do know that a couple of you guys have to do some other things.
Yeah, I think we need to call this a night. And Thomas,
I'd like to. But I have some ideas.
Yeah, I do have some ideas.
Let me please clear the mic. I kind of wanted to piss off the town and get us ran out of there.
That's not.
To do that from the fucking beginning.
To be
I
honest,
wanted the lady to be like cast me out or some shit. Now that I know that it is our, here's what I wanted to do with my next move. I wanted to look for the monastery.
Monastery?
From working, this I wanted to roll probability on. Because I know our faction that built robots would hide our armories for wizards in the ministries.
Yeah.
And that woman that we were greeted by greeted me by.
Our stuff has always been stored at the tavern, so we don't need to have it stored again. And
I don't need to store our shit. I need to go see if I can get something out of that ministry.
Okay, that too. And I want Thomas to. Are we able to both?
Because I do need to channel my attacks so I can stop hurting my fellow friends.
Okay.
I need to upgrade myself to start helping you guys out better.
I agree with that, and I support that.
I can definitely work that in.
Okay, I want to be able to have Thomas to do a mixture of stuff some manual labor, maybe taking care of some bandits, and also gather some people to make a quick run to get the cache of supplies.
Yeah.
And the professor also wants to help out with retrieving the cache and bringing it back to the town as we continue helping the town out with various manual labors.
I don't want to exactly leave this town just yet.
Yes.
Because I'm learning a lot of my own backstory. And our characters are unfolding a little bit more as we play.
Yeah, and basically, and the professor.
So, basically, my plan for this village stuff, is that over time I'm gonna be I'm planning on having the next couple of sessions based out of here, and basically have you guys, kind of clearing out local bandit holes and things like that.
Yeah.
As you guys slowly begin, discovering what it was. Because my plan for this area, just like I said to the professor, was that this is an area that you guys used to have your main base out of.
Yeah. And
so
yeah.
a lot of like the scientists and people like that, that's why they originally found the path of redemption, was because they realized that what they were doing was bad, it was wrong, it wasn't something that should have been done. And so they were kind of like wanting to, you know, figure out a way to, you know,
redeem themselves and right the wrongs. Yeah.
And so that was their plan. Because
what
what happened was just like
around.
Yeah.
was as you get, like as all three of your characters said, you guys all have amnesia. You don't remember what happened. So as you guys like interact with these people, some of these people will like kind of tell you, you know, like what they used to do, what you guys used to do in the place, and things like that.
Right. Yeah. And I'm sure. And I'm sure you probably can also have me run into like areas where Thomas was able to like break out, like where he was stored, where he broke out, the various holes that he made and stuff.
Yeah.
And of course,
then, like the reason, the biggest problem we're having right now is that a lot of this next couple of sessions are going to rely very heavily on Peace's character too.
Right. Yeah. And of course,
Wait, Peace's character?
Yeah, he'd be he'd be the center of it. I get.
And like I'm gonna tell Peace this too if he gets online or you know whatever. So you guys are already gonna find out about it, is that Helen and Elena are basically completely gone. The only person left in Peace is Bellona.
Oh no!
And so basically these next couple of sessions are gonna be you guys trying to like tell her and like try to help her slowly discover who she used to be. Because all of you guys, as you guys go remembering.
Yeah, we're starting to remember, and she's the only one behind.
Yeah, and helping her out.
Be one of us. I could see that.
Yeah, I could see. Me too. Yeah.
The whole thing that I had planned for this entire session was, these next couple of sessions was, like I was saying, like, you guys' backstory is all interconnected. Dangar provides supplies, Lusania kept the government out.
Yeah.
The Djinn and the Professor were both the primary and secondary necromancer, respectively. So, you know, the Djinn was like his apprentice. The Professor was the one doing all the bad stuff. Thomas, of course, we know.
He was a victim.
The Goblin Slayer was basically the main person, you know, protecting the shipments, protecting the place from being discovered and things like that. He led the defense force.
Security.
That was, and basically he's the only person alive that uses warp security.
Yeah, and question, did Thomas, during the breakout, did Thomas and the Goblin Slayer, did their paths cross, or were they in separate areas?
No, they were in separate areas.
Okay.
Weren't you like I don't know, you could have been some soldier that they took in his body and then I just brought back to life one day and got lucky
if you remember,
came out okay.
Hey, hi guy, if you remember, my guy was an elven soldier that died, and you felt pity for me. Yeah.
Right, this program was basically going on during the main Civil War.
Yes.
And continued afterward. So there was a lot of dead elven bodies that were still being picked up, dead elven and human bodies. And Helen was basically the second in command. Helen was in charge of the clerics and basically kept in charge of the main mages. Because Helen originally had Elena. And the Professor was using Elena to basically help him channel, learn to control, and learn about his necromancy. And so he was basically constantly forcing Helen to give in to Elena to slowly, you know, channel stuff. And then right before the big breakout, he took Elena, ripped her out using the same spell of Helen, basically took a part of her to himself so he could have necromancy. And then as the breakout began, Elena basically jumped back into Helen's body.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's all the backstory you guys are gonna slowly discover throughout this next session.
Yeah.
But I just gave you guys right now the big rundown.
Yeah.
You got that, Dev?
Yeah, and of course
all of you guys are interconnected, and this place is basically going to become like your big backstory center where you guys are going to learn every little nasty detail about yourself that I have developed secretly behind your back, because I am the DM, but I say goes.
I hear you.
If you wish to have happy stories, then you better start offering me offers of Mountain Dew and nachos. And remember, you are crispy and taste like chicken to dragons.
Right.
Crispy and tastes like chicken to dragons.
And hey, question: do you by chance have PayPal there, Goose?
What?
Do you?
Do you have PayPal, Goose?
No.
Oh shit! There goes that
Why?
idea too. I was gonna say, hey, I was about to say, oh hey, I have PayPal too. Could you maybe have at least one good thing, like me? And I happen to have like a couple of dollars.
Worry, you're gonna get a dragon. Don't worry.
Okay, thank you. Oh, thank
He's
you. I
gonna pay you
appreciate that.
for a dragon.
Oh, hey, at some point, I want to see.
I
if...
already told Peace this idea too, and he thought it was hilarious. So you're gonna love it.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm greatly appreciative. I'm sure he thought it was hilarious, and I'm definitely would love to see how this unfolds. And I'm guessing
you're gonna find out next session.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Cool.
don't think you know what you're asking for.
I'm guessing
I'm gonna have Dev get a pet too, because I think Dev
Yes.
truly deserves a pet after having basically his entire world fucked over.
Yeah.
Right.
And then since you guys all agreed to the Loki X Bellona idea,
Yeah.
Loki and Bellona are now in control.
Sounds like that does sound like a good plan. And do I have to pull a donkey
you
from
guys do know
Shrek?
what Loki X Bellona means, right?
They're going to start fucking. I get it. We get it.
Yes, thank you.
And do I have to pull a donkey? Because it makes you.
Okay.
Because it will make you feel uncomfortable.
I'll actually explain this to you guys.
Yeah.
I found this out really hilariously. So in the game Smite, they created recently a mobile game, and basically it actually makes a lot of sense with the lore. Loki, what does he love to cause the most of? Mischief. Bellona loves to cause war and bloodlust. So they both kind of like to create madness in that sense.
Yeah.
And then in the mobile app, Loki and Bellona teams up together just to create mischief in the great pantheons of all the gods. So a lot of fans, let's just say, began building a very big ship and put those two on it.
Yeah. That sounds amazing.
Because they both like to cause mess, mayhem, and mischief. They both don't care about, gaining glory or honor or things like that. They just love to create that stuff. And
that sucks. Yes, and with some help too.
But my hope is that by this time, you and Bellona are officially in a relationship.
Yeah, I totally approve of this fuckery.
Dating.
Yeah.
And dating.
I approve of it.
And Peace is on board with this too.
Hey, Goose.
Hey, question.
Because I talked to him about it last night.
Yeah.
And he's like, not last night, the night before, Friday night. He completely agrees with it.
Yeah.
He thinks this would be awesome, and that we really need to make this into a love story.
Yeah.
You will be. You're gonna have a fair lady. You're gonna fight for, and secretly be plowing her fields in the side. I mean that's chivalry right there. Nice bit.
Good for you. You get what you want.
They dabbled in the demons in the
Yeah, you get you both get voices in your head there, and they're silently in the corner jacking off.
And then the best part too, Pete, Dev, is this no way violates your character. You know, said in your character that your character had a vow of celibacy or anything like that. So that signifies that the door is open for you to have possible romantic relationships.
Yeah.
I am not breaking
in your mind.
Yeah.
You and Peace can both decide not to do this.
Yeah, you're right.
And the best part is that you're secretly going to be, as Loki being in control, same with Bellona, you're secretly going to begin to start remembering your past lives, and you're going to remember, hey, we used to date, maybe we should give it a shot, I don't remember how it turned out. Yeah. And then my plan was like, your character takes her out, takes her out to the woods, you guys secretly, just have like a nice little picnic, things like that.
Yeah, okay, that does sound amazing. And I swear to God, if you have to have me fuck a dragon to get it, I totally approve, and I understand. Just have all those kind of like Shrek and Donkey kind of things.
The idea was, you said you wanted a dragon.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give you a dragon.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Perfectly with our mythology as well.
Okay, hey, question.
I was gonna give you and Bellona a dog. How does that sound? a beautiful, majestic direwolf.
That sounds amazing. A direwolf. He's a big fucking dog. That's what he does.
He's a dog that's basically at its when it gets as tall as it normally does, is about 4 feet tall, from like the bottom of its paw all the way up to the top of his shoulder.
Nick.
That's a wolf.
Eat the real wolf.
A dog that would cost no energy for you to summon. It would basically be your best friend that you and Bellona would like pet and feed and take care of.
It's a Tamagotchi. It has no defense.
That sounds amazing. And hey, question.
And it deals a 1d10 damage once it's fully grown and attacks.
1d10.
I got a question. I have a serious question. When I get my dragon, is the dragon able to give me powers? Like magic powers? Or is it just...
What does this look like? We have Bellona Loki. This is not Eastern mythology, okay? This is Western mythology.
Okay, so basically I just have... so basically I'm able to just tell him to like breathe fires or ice or lightning and grab people and all that other shit.
It's going to be a regular effing dragon.
Okay, cool. Okay, just wanted to make sure.
You guys can ride into battle if you want to.
That sounds fucking amazing. Yeah, that sounds fucking amazing. Having my half undead, half robotic ass lying on a dragon. That sounds fucking...
What do you want? Since I feel in a very generous mood, I'll figure out a way to give you what you want. I'm giving you a beautiful wife and a dog. What else do you want?
I could use some
stuff. You're passing up the golden opportunity.
You said, do you want something?
I want to give you guys kids.
Yes. No, give him kids.
What do you want?
No, I think he needs kids.
No, because then
Eventually.
we're gonna have to roll for them, and our turns are gonna take forever.
That's why I said eventually.
What do you want me to give you?
Okay. Never had him to begin with, so you're not missing out on much. So it sounds like you want. It sounds like you want to get earlier access to Saint Michael. So there's that. Okay.
I've got something for you. How about the goddess Amaterasu? No, Amaterasu.
What is that?
Yeah,
it is basically a Japanese samurai goddess that can fly and has a giant mirror that she shoots laser beams out of by reflecting the sunlight.
I'll take it.
Okay, that's cool. You said it's a goddess?
Or a dark? Is it an angel?
You said
or a demon.
Question. You said goddess. If it's a goddess, I would like to have Thomas somehow be her champion.
It's up to Dev.
Damn, you putting
Dev?
yourself on a mighty throne there, H-Dan.
Dev. Well, she's a goddess. She sometimes gods and goddesses want champions. Okay, so
wait, I've got it. Baron Samedi. It actually fits into your lore.
Baron Sandy. What
It
the?
is the voodoo god of death and life.
Ooh. I might need that. Consider it.
Yeah, that does sound interesting. And question: am I able to that Japanese goddess? You said. Question: the Japanese goddess is she? Question is that Japanese goddess, is she like some like good kind of war goddess that helps people out, or what kind of goddess is she exactly? Ghost.
Well, these would all be fallen gods because they're no longer worshipped.
Okay, fair enough. So, but she was a god to be
at
at one
we
point.
Give Dev the goddess Aphrodite.
Okay, or you could give me. You can give me Aphrodite. Hey, question. Could you give me Aphrodite?
You can't be possessed.
Oh yeah.
You're
yeah,
dead.
Undead. Yeah, but it doesn't they
So
need like a champion?
The Baron Samedi.
Hey, question. Am I able?
So basically, what this would allow you
No, you're still here.
Summons 2 beams of voodoo magic that damages enemies from skulls that you would just like summon 2 skulls that will float around you and basically shoot energy damage to enemies. You can then, if you want to, slam your hand onto the ground, conjuring spirits up around you that would attack enemies, or heal allies if you wish for it to do. You would then be able to basically you would basically be able to summon a snake that you can throw at enemies that will poison them.
That does sound amazing.
Then your ultimate ability, your cantrip that you're going to do very rarely, would be that you summon a giant coffin that basically pulls in all enemies.
And he left the party. But anyways, back to what I was saying. That does sound amazing. And now he's back. And could I ask this question? Since I'm undead, am I able to at least become somebody's champion?
Well, you got Bellona. She's the goddess of war, hysteria, and everything like that.
And
so you would basically...
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, you can summon a coffin at which you would basically draw in all enemies.
Necromancer.
Yeah, okay, that's what.
Constitution save, they would be instantly sucked into the coffin and killed.
You caught that,
which
Dev,
would
right?
thereby heal you, or if you choose to, you can send it to other people to heal them.
Okay, cool. That sounds amazing. And for me, if I were to become a champion, what kind of benefits could I get as a god's champion?
Basically, you would solve them, and the more that you solve them, like basically fighting and stuff like that, would slowly allow them to slowly, over time, gain more and more power.
Okay, and are they... Okay, and... Okay, they gain more and more power, and as they gain this, are they able to give me, like, buffs or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay,
so
that's
if
cool.
you ever want to, once per long rest, the god can grant you advantage. And for instance, like if it was a god that had this ability, they could heal you more effectively. So like whereas a normal heal ability by one might give you a 1d6, this one, since you're its champion, will give you a 2d6. But if you have, for instance, like if you were the champion for like Bellona, for instance, would be that you would grant advantage in combat. And all your damage would do all your hits would do an extra +5 damage.
That does sound amazing.
If they ever want to, like for instance with Bellona, because she's the goddess of bloodlust, she can grant you the ability to basically go into a berserk rage, where you have advantage, +5 hits, +5 to all damage, and you base all enemies attacking you gain disadvantage.
Yeah, I want to become our champion.
Is that you will not be able to tell friend from foe.
Okay.
You would just be going completely and totally insane, just destroying everything in front of you.
Okay, fair enough. And I do want to, at some point, become a champion for a god. At some point.
So next session, if Peace is there, because Peace is currently only able to control Bellona, you can approach Bellona, kneel before her, and say, I wish to have you as my goddess. This will also then cause Bellona to, over time, go from being a demon to a regular god, and if you get enough other people to follow her, she can be restored back to the Pantheon.
Okay, sounds amazing. Yeah, I'd like to do that at some point. And we're also still on to having at some point down the road.
If Bellona's in a relationship with Loki when this happens, Loki will also be restored to the Pantheon. These will become both Loki's and Bellona's champion.
Sounds amazing. And what kind of benefits would I also gain from Loki?
You get increased stealth and have the ability to, if you're able to sneak up on a character.
Damn it, just like Game of Thrones.
Robot.
Turn it off.
Yeah,
okay.
being a tall robot, I'm able
to just basically
insta kill him.
Stealth enemies. Yeah.
Stealth kill enemies.
Dad, why did you leave my party? We're about to play a match. Now I have.
And so the D&D section has gone cold at here. Just
yeah.
Okay.
Basically, because